Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. This time I want to try and cover tier 8 tanks that you're likely to meet in the Clan Wars campaign and how to penetrate them. A lot of people think just because it's kind of commonplace to fire gold in Clan Wars that's all they need to know, but it really isn't. And even if you're not playing in the campaign, stay tuned because this will help you out on the battlefield when it comes to how to take out tier 8 tanks. So, which ones are you likely to see? Well, you might see an IS-6 if they're desperate for tanks, or they've got players that are just basically buying their way to tier 8. But you're not going to see too many of those. T-54 lightweights, yeah, you'll see plenty of these. So T-54 lightweight, what do you need to know about how to penetrate it? Shoot anything there. The hull is quite weak. If you're going to be shooting at the turret, I suggest that you aim for the cupolas. The T-54 lightweight, although it's a light tank, it does have a very nice strong turret. From the side you should be able to penetrate the whole thing, and also from the rear you should be able to penetrate the whole thing. The T-32, again commonplace in certain maps. This is a fantastic hull down tank. If you're hitting it again anywhere in the hull, you should penetrate, and from the side. Anywhere on the back of the side of the turret, stay away from the front because again it starts to get thicker there, and anywhere you want on the back. If you're shooting at the turret from the front, even if you're shooting at the cupola, you are just wasting credits because you are very unlikely to get through. If this thing is hull down and front facing, so the only thing you've got is the turret, I would suggest relocating, finding yourself another target. At best, you might get away with loading some high explosive and shooting at the gun. You might damage the gun modules, but really, this thing, when it's hull down and front facing, you may as well go and get something else to shoot at. The AMX 5100, now it's a tier 8 auto loader, you do see them, and again it's French, so it has no armour. And this thing you should be able to shoot at absolutely anywhere and still penetrate it. It does have some nice sloping on the front there, so again, just be wary of your angles, and particularly with the upcoming patch that we've got for 9.17, where things that are angled are going to be even harder to penetrate. So the new tier 8 French premium, the AMX M4. I've seen quite a lot of these in tier 8 strongholds, anticipating seeing a few in tier 8 Clan Wars. Now the thing is, when people are shooting their normal AP rounds at it, especially from the front, this can be quite a strong tank. I haven't done any testing with it, but I would assume that when you fire gold rounds at it, it's just going to go through it like butter. If you've got an IS-3 and it's firing gold at the front of this, I would still expect it to go through. So the weak spots, if you can't penetrate this with gold, which I'm thinking you probably will, if he's angled slightly, go for the cheeks. Same on this side, go for the cheek. If it's perfectly front facing, you're looking either lower plate or the cupola, and the cupola is quite big, it's quite pronounced on this tank, as you can see, so it should be fairly easy to penetrate. From the side and from the rear, very weak, you should be able to shoot it practically anywhere. The IS-3, now this is one that's really going to benefit in patch 9.17. At the moment, if it's front facing, you want to be hitting the lower plate, you want to be hitting this area in here, this triangular area below the gun, or this flat plate on the top. But again, if you're on the same level, that's quite difficult to hit. If you're slightly above, it becomes easier to hit, and that is very thin, so you should be able to penetrate quite easily. If it's angled slightly, then you want to be aiming for this triangular part here. Is it a triangle? Whatever shape it is. You want to be aiming for this because that flattens the nose out, and the same from the other side. Aim for this kind of an area. From the side you should be able to penetrate most. What I would advise, if it's side on, try and aim somewhere towards the front of the tank underneath the turret, as opposed to the back, because this is all spaced armour here, and it can be quite trollish at times. And from the rear you should be able to penetrate pretty much everywhere. Tier 8 light auto loaders, the AMX 1390, little brother of the Batchat. Again, nice little tank. You may see some of these. Very, very weak armoured, and you should be able to penetrate it anywhere you see it. And the two artillery pieces that you're likely to see are the Lorraine 155, which again is made out of tissue paper, and if I can pull it up for you, you'll also sometimes see the American Tier 8 artillery, the M4043. Preview, there we go. Okay, and this again is quite big and made out of tissue paper, so you should be able to penetrate that quite easily as well. So I hope that's been useful for you. I hope maybe that some of these weak spots are going to help you to progress and do better in the Clan Wars campaigns, or just to help you do better in Tier 8s in general. Please think about subscribing or checking out one of the other videos. It does help me out a lot. And until next time, guys, take care.